millionaires won't tell you this. Part 3, Secret 9, millionaires think long-term, while most people think about Friday. All right, here comes one of the biggest differences. Most people think about the weekend. Millionaires think about the next 5 years. Not because they don't like fun, but because they understand something very few people understand. Short-term decisions create long-term problems. Long-term decisions create short-term discomfort, but long-term freedom. Let me explain. Most people ask, what feels good right now? Millionaires ask, what will matter later? That one question changes everything. Buying things you don't need feels good now. Saving money feels boring now. Learning new skills feels hard now. Starting something new feels scary now. But 5 years later, those boring decisions become the reason you're ahead. And those fun decisions become the reason you're stuck. Millionaires are not smarter. They just think further ahead. Secret 10, millionaires hang around different people. This one is uncomfortable, but true. Your life usually looks like the people around you. If everyone around you complains about money, you will complain about money. If everyone around you spends everything, you will spend everything. If everyone around you thinks small, you will think small. Millionaires understand this early. They choose their circle carefully, not because they think they are better, but because they know influence is real. You don't have to cut people off, but you do have to be careful who you listen to, because advice from someone who is broke usually keeps you broke. Advice from someone who is successful usually makes you think bigger, and thinking bigger is where everything starts. Have you noticed this? When you tell people you want to start a business, somebody always says, that's risky, but when you say you're staying in the same job for 30 years, nobody says anything. Isn't that funny? One choice could make you free, the other keeps you stuck. But the risky one is the one people are afraid of. Millionaires don't ignore risk. They just understand that playing safe can also be risky. Secret 11, millionaires take calculated risks. Let's clear something up. Millionaires are not gamblers. They don't wake up and say, I'm going to risk everything today. They take calculated risks. They study, they learn, they ask questions, they fail small, so they don't fail big. Most people avoid risk completely. Millionaires manage risk. That's the difference. Not taking any risk is actually the biggest risk of all. Because the world keeps moving. Prices go up. Opportunities change. Technology changes. And if you stay in the same place, you slowly fall behind. Millionaires understand this, so they move forward, even when they don't know everything yet. Secret 12, millionaires are always learning, even when they don't have to. Here's something interesting. Most people stop learning after school. Millionaires never stop learning. They read, they listen to podcasts, they ask questions, they watch interviews, they study people who are ahead of them, not because they have to, because they want to stay ahead. Think about this. If you improve your skills every year, even a little, after 10 years, you're not the same person anymore. But if you stay the same, after 10 years, life stays the same too. Millionaires invest in education. Long after school is over. Not always college. Sometimes books. Sometimes mentors. Sometimes experience. Sometimes mistakes. But they never stop learning. There's a story about two friends. Both started working at the same time. Same salary. Same job. Same city. One spent his extra money on entertainment. The other spent his extra money on learning. 5 years later, one was still in the same job. The other had started a business. 10 years later, one was still working for a paycheck. The other had people working for him. The difference wasn't luck. It was what they did when nobody was watching. Secret 13, millionaires understand opportunity. Here's something most people miss. Opportunities don't always look exciting. Sometimes they look like work. Sometimes they look like risk. Sometimes they look like something new you don't understand. Most people ignore opportunities because they don't look comfortable. Millionaires pay attention. They ask, what if this works? Instead of, what if this fails? That small change in thinking opens doors most people never see. And the more doors you open, the more chances you have to win. Now we're about to talk about something that almost nobody tells you about rich people. And this one surprises a lot of people because it's not about money, not about business, not about intelligence. It's about discipline. And the truth is, this habit alone can decide whether someone becomes wealthy or stays stuck forever. And when you hear this, you might realize why so many people never reach the level they want. Let's talk about it.